So we have an opening statement, and I believe that Kentucky head coach Mark Pope is going to pick whoever. Amari Williams.
From Nottingham, England.
From Nottingham, England.
Yeah, I guess I was picked for the opening statement. I just wanted to say shout out to my teammates, the coaching staff. You know, we just spoke about not many people thought was going to be here at the start of the year, and just everything we've been through, the adversity, and you know, it's kind of paid off and was all together today, and it kind of showed. And I just want to say shout out to guys like Jackson Robinson and Kurt Chrisser, and just all the injured guys, even Lamont here too. Like it's tough, you know, not being able to play 100%, not being able to, you know, just be on the court at all. But you know, the love they showed to us and the togetherness and just, you know, them having a smile on our face helped a lot tonight too. So I just want to say shout out to them. I guess we're opening up for questions too.
You don't need me here. He's got it.
That was excellent. Future and broadcasting right there.
Appreciate it.
Questions for the Kentucky student athletes, please. And then we'll have, after they leave, we'll have questions for Coach Pope.
Yeah, Daryl Bird with the Cats Paws in Lexington. For all three players, actually, you're right, Amari. That people kept thinking there's too many injuries they can't keep overcoming. This might be where it all ends. Why didn't that happen? How do you guys keep doing this?
You want to go first? I just want to say it's just the love we have for each other. I feel like everybody would, you know, just wanted to be on the court, just fight for one another, and it showed tonight. We don't really worry about anything else, just the people we have in our circle, and that's the way it's been the whole season, and that's what's got us to this point. So.
Yeah, definitely echo that. But you know, also I feel like we got a lot of underdogs on this team. I feel like a lot of people have been doubted. You know, just throughout life. You know, growing up in basketball. You know, not a lot of us were highly recruited and nothing like that. So you know, for us to be on this stage, we wanted to seize the opportunity and just be great out there.
Yeah, I agree with them, and I continue to say, you know, I feel like God really has a plan for this team. Like, you know, we've gone through a lot this year. We faced a lot of, you know, triumphs, and you know, just for us to be here, like a lot of people, like y'all said, like a lot of people think we wasn't going to be able to be here, and so it's just a testament to, you know, what God has done for us.
Steve McGargy, Associated Press. Y'all are going to be playing Tennessee, to any of y'all are going to be playing Tennessee next. There are a bunch of other SEC teams that are at this stage as well. Just playing in that conference, how much did it help you these last few days, what you'd already seen during the regular season conference competition?
Yeah, I mean, we were just battle-tested, you know, throughout this whole, you know, conference. Conference was a beast. We had a lot of good teams that we played, but, you know, we stayed resilient, you know, stayed together, and, you know, just showed today. I mean, everybody was playing with love and passion for one another, and you know, we can't focus about anything but, you know, the next game, and you know, we just have a lot of love, and we're gonna win that game.
Right here, Adam Rittenberg with ESPN for Lamont and Kobe. How much do you think your experience level helped in a game like this? Obviously, Yakachona is very talented, but also young. You two have obviously played a lot.
Yeah, I think experience is everything, especially when it comes to, you know, college basketball. Just being able to have a couple years under your belt and, you know, not be too fazed by the moment. You know, it kind of feels like we've been here before, so it doesn't feel too new. You know, we've been through a lot. This upcoming game, you know, it's going to be new for me, but I'm super excited, you know, just to be a part of something special. So, but definitely, that's how I feel.
Yeah. I mean, experience is big, but, you know, a tournament like this, it don't matter. You just got to go out there and play your hardest, you know, play your best, you know, listen to the scout, execute the scout, and, you know, do the things that we've been doing all year to win games. So, you know, regardless of experience, and now we went out there and just played hard.
Hey, Stephen Cohn, SB Nation. Your calling card isn't always forcing turnovers, 8 turnovers in the first 12 minutes. Kind of what was the strategy behind that? Obviously, put Illinois out of a rhythm in the first half. Any of you, sorry.
I mean, we have Lamont Butler as the head of the defense, you know, so I feel like for any team, when you see him pick you up, it kind of, you know, has to put something in your stomach, some nerves or something. So stop. It makes you a little nervous. Jesus Christ. Our team is mature, but not all the time, as you can see. But yeah, so, you know, he's the head of the Snake for us, and, you know, just we see how hard he goes, and it makes us want to go just as hard, and so he sets the tone for us.
Lee K. Howard, WKYT in Lexington. For any of the players, you guys, there was a CBS Sports stat that you guys are the first Sweet 16 team to return no points from last year to make it to the Sweet 16. What does that say about how quickly you guys gelled and came together and made this run?
I mean, like you said, it's just, you know, we just kind of fight for one another, and we played together basketball. I feel like we gelled a lot throughout the year, even from the first time we all seen each other in June. So just knowing that and just knowing how together we are, that's really the reason why we made that possible. So.
Yeah. Kobe, for those of us who couldn't hit 3 shots in a row if our life depended on it, what's it like to be in that kind of a groove on this kind of a stage?
Yeah, honestly, it felt really good, but, you know, at the end of the day, you're just focused on the game and winning the game, so those things just kind of happen as you're competing. And, you know, my teammates, like, I felt it this whole year, honestly, but just from today, they really, like, keep feeding me, and I can see how much they trust me, you know, and how much confidence they put in me. Like, they want to see me keep going, especially when I get high like that, so it means everything to me, and honestly, it makes me a better player, you know, just to know that they have my back.
Jack Loudy, UWM Post. Obviously, Kentucky is known for going on deep runs late in the tournament, and last 3 years haven't been the same as that. Did that like weigh on you guys on like the expectations of you got to make it far throughout the season, or how did you approach this tournament in specific?
I'll say from day one, our focus was winning the national championship. So, you know, any way possible, we were going to do that. And, you know, the expectation here at Kentucky is to win. And, you know, we got a bunch of winners here, and we want to continue that tradition.
Back here, C.L. Brown, Louisville Courier-Journal. This question is for Lamont. Lamont, was there anything that necessarily clicked for you? Was it the shoulder feeling better? You seem to be more aggressive in that first half. Or was it Ortega getting in foul trouble and you kind of knew that somebody had to kind of make up for points?
No, I was just playing my game. I think, you know, I got a brace today that was a little less restrictive, so I was able to be a little more free today. But no, I was just out there trying to play my game, trying to be aggressive. I got some open looks that I took, and, you know, that's all that went into it.
Any other questions for the student athletes?
Lamont told me before the game that he was rolling. You did. He communicated that to me somehow.
Yeah, John Huang, NOLA Media. They say that the first game of the tournament is the one that's the hardest to win. You guys came out today looking a little bit more relaxed. Is that true? And was that something that Coach Pope had been telling you that made you all just kind of chill out?
I just want to say I feel like Coach Pope and the rest of the coaching staff did a great job at just making sure we was just in the moment, and I feel like that definitely showed today, and we was ready from the jump, like you said. So just having those guys have the trust in us and just helping us relax definitely helped us go out there and get the W. So.
Murray, you just mentioned Coach Pope. I was just wondering, what did he do for y'all to overcome all the adversity you encountered throughout the season, the multitude of injuries? What did he do? What did he say to kind of help lead y'all through it?
Yeah, I mean, you can kind of see his personality is always positive regardless of the situation, and that's just, you know, the kind of guy he is, and that's what he's brought to us all year, and I feel like that's definitely helped. There was never a moment where we felt down because we lost players. He always kept our heads high, and, you know, when you have someone like that leading the way, it's definitely easy to just go out there and, you know, fight as a team, and that's why we're here, so.
That's actually not the real answer. Come on, bring it.
What you mean?
The Weetabix.
Oh, yeah, I had Weetabix this morning.
Tell the whole story, please. I mean, Amari Williams, guys, is 10 rebounds, 8 points, 6 assists, 1 turnover, 3 blocks, okay? Incredible energy on the floor. Go ahead, we're working on an NIL deal right now.
So on Friday, I had 4 pieces of toast for breakfast, and they thought that wasn't enough. So what was it yesterday?
I was like, Amari, what do you usually eat?
Yeah, he asked me what I usually eat growing up, and I had something called Weetabix, which is from England. And
If you've had Weetabix, will you please raise your hand? Keep going.
So it's like shredded wheat, and me saying this is crazy because my parents always forced me to eat it growing up. So Will Barton did a good job of, you know, finding an international store out here in Milwaukee, and he got me Weetabix. I had about 3 of them this morning. Coach Pope joined me too, and Brandon Garrison, and yeah, I feel like that helped my performance today for sure.
So we will have mandatory team breakfast this week every morning featuring Weetabix. I like that. Good job. See? We got to work.
Right. Jeff Drummond from Cats Illustrated. This is for Lamont, but I'd like the other 2 guys to chime in too as well. Big steal by Lamont at one point when Illinois was mounting some serious momentum to get back in the game. Just what did you see on that play? And it looked like your teammates fed off of it.
Yeah, no, I just saw, I was kind of behind the play. It was a rebound that went kind of long, and I was kind of behind, 32. He just dribbled up the floor, not knowing I was right next to him. I just, went, reached, got the steal. And I saw, it was a 2-on-1 with me and BG. Gave it to him. He finished the play, and, that just gave us energy, finishing the rest of the game off. So it was just an instinctual play, nothing more into it. But, I'm glad that we got the win because of that.
He's a game changer. Like, I remember, backpedaling, trying to get back on defense, and as soon as I saw him get that steal, I think it led to maybe an and one or something. Yeah, it completely changed the game in my head. Like, I remember, I felt like we got him after that. So it's just a testament to him and how good he is. Like, that was a crazy play.
So we have to know now, this breakfast meal, does it taste good or is it just tolerable?
I mean, it doesn't taste too bad. Depends how you make it. Oh, you're right. It tastes amazing, but yeah, it definitely tastes amazing, and it gives you a lot of energy throughout the day. So for sure. Yeah.
So the trick is, what was the secret ingredient?
Sugar.
The warm milk.
Oh yeah, that's another thing. Ever since coming to America, I've never seen people have cereal with warm milk. So I feel like that's something you definitely need. Why are you shaking your head? I feel like that's definitely something you guys got to try if you have Weetabix and warm milk for sure.
We'll let you guys go. Congratulations. Thanks for the time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
And then Coach Pope will stay and entertain questions. Yes, go ahead.
Hey, Mark. Tyler Thompson, Kentucky Sports Radio. So yesterday you said that you felt like Lamont was going to have an amazing game today. Were you just trying to will that into existence, or did you have a premonition, or did you know about the brace?
No, I just feel like, he was, we talked about it. Lamont hadn't had a single live rep since, now it's been 3 games ago. Hadn't had a live rep in practice, hadn't had anything, had no contact. And so going into the game 2 days ago, it was just a miracle that he was able to function the way he is, because you lose timing and rhythm and feel. You just do. That's why you practice. And he's just such a quick study and such a big moment guy. I felt really confident that he was going to be special, and it doesn't always happen that way, but he was really special tonight. My goodness, he was special. He was really special for us and really important. And he's a winner. I mean, we said it since day one, guys. We were really blessed to have a winner walk through our doors at the University of Kentucky that cares about winning. And we talked about this yesterday somewhere. I can't remember what media group it was in front of, but he, I don't know if I've ever coached a player that is more desperate to I don't want to say the negative, but I don't know how to say to not let down his team. Like it is in his soul. From a deep place about like I'm gonna rise up to the occasion for my team. Like I can't remember if it was Amari or him that said it was love that kind of helped these guys. It's helped them manage all the chaos that they've been through. But that's a real thing, and he loves his guys, man. And he just wants to perform for his guys. It's pretty fun. It's great.
Coaches sometimes talk about into the first half, start of the second half. You had the play by Noah drawing the foul. And then I could be wrong, but it looks like you scored on 10 straight offensive possessions to start the second half. I assume that was a key part of the game to you. Could you just talk about those plays?
It's you know what, it's not really plays. I mean, we have plays and whatever, but it's our guys' mentality, their ability to kind of dig into the emotional reservoir and like bring it to start the game. The game is so taxing, and the season is so taxing, and everything that all these players, our team, Illinois' team, everybody goes through is so taxing, and our guys just they find strength in each other. So, yeah, there were a couple well-executed plays, but mostly it was our energy that our guys brought into the beginning of the second half, and their intensity that was really important.
Yeah, Mark, the word courageous gets thrown around a lot. I think about Lamont. If all of us, if we knew just how much he's been hurting, how impressed would we be?
Well, you know, one of the things I think reason he played well tonight was because he tweaked his ankle in the first half, And so I think he's balanced now. He's got no shoulder and no ankle, and so I think it just works out. You know, courage is real, but I keep coming back to love, man. He loves his guys, and the guys love him. And there's, you know, who knows where we're going to go from here. But this group, what a blessing to be around this group. And I'm glad that BBN gets to see it. I hope they feel it. I hope they feel it from these guys. These guys deeply, deeply care about each other. And Lamont's the ringleader. You know, he started this. It was about 2 weeks into the summer, and I know I haven't given specific details on this, but I was on the road recruiting. One of our guys was going through something really, really terrible, a terrible family situation, and we had set up something for that player to do, and I called in to check with that player and see how the day went, and he had scrapped all the plans because Lamont had scooped him up, and they spent the day together, and Lamont just did that because that's who he is. Like, he cares, and so his courage comes from a ton of skill and a ton of work and a ton of love.
Coach, sorry. Will Riley on Illinois, very emotional after the game, someone that you know pretty well from the recruiting trail. What was your message to him after the game and sharing that moment?
Just,
obviously not super specific. But.
What an incredible season he's put together with a great Illinois team. And I'm so happy for him. His family's terrific. And I'm allowed to talk. Am I allowed to talk about Will? I am. He's just a beautiful kid, and he's got a huge future as a big-time pro. And the only negative thing I have to say about him is well, maybe not negative. He's also smart enough not to come play for me, so he's really good. But he's a beautiful kid, man, with a great family, and he's played unbelievable basketball. He's super impressive.
Mark, down here, C.L. Brown, Louisville Courier-Journal. When you were putting the team together this time last year, how important was it to get a Lamont in terms of his pedigree and that kind of experience at the point guard position for your system?
For me, it was really important. You know, it was really early. I think we had half a staff, and we threw the whole staff on a plane. And you know, I think the turnaround from our first conversation to us being there in person was 12 hours, and just. You know, winners are special. We talked about it in the locker room before the game, and you know, everyone's heard this over and over. But most of us, you know, talk about what happened to us. We talk about what happened to us, and champions, winners, talk about what they made happen. It's just the truth. It's true. And Lamont Butler is spending his whole lifetime talking about what he makes happen. And that's a champion's heart. And he doesn't spend any time talking about what happened to him. He talks about all the stuff that he makes happen. And when you have a guy leading your crew like that, it's pretty special.
Mark, Aaron Grosh on Cat's Paws. Back after the Ole Miss game, in the back right here.
Oh, there you go.
After the Ole Miss game, you guys were 110th in defensive efficiency. You guys are 45th now.
You bring that up every time. I'm kidding. I know.
Hey, you're 45th now. That's pretty good. But to get with and without Lamont, you guys have steadily improved for over a month now. What was the switch there that kind of flipped for you guys to get to a point where you hold an offense like that to 75 and 28% from three?
It's the players. It's our guys. You know, certainly we're gathering data, and we had some slippage, and we had to rethink some things and all things. But you know, like the easy answer for me is Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant all of a sudden started to say, I'm taking this personal. I'm going to take every single defensive possession personal. And after we came home from Ole Miss, he went through 2 straight practices where we're going through, you know, we start practice with banner behavior, which is essentially just some skills, but it's before we've got fully warm. And he came out in banner behavior and was flying around, diving on the floor, and just like this, he just changed in. It became not a job, but it became something insanely personal to him. When things didn't go right defensively, he was going to take it incredibly personal. And he's one example of the guys on our team. You know, when guys, we have a player-led team. We have unbelievable leadership on our team, and it comes from a wide variety of guys in different slices of it. And when you have players that are leading the charge, things get better. I've never seen, and I haven't dug into the data, so somebody check for me, but I actually have never seen a team that's gone from 112 to 45 in the last 6 weeks of a season. I've never seen it, and that is a credit to our guys, man. It just gives you a sense of the DNA of our players.
Mark, here in the middle, one, did you try Weetabix with warm milk? And also, you talked about Kobe defensively, but tonight in the second half, that little spurt offensively in the second half, how big was that to kind of create some separation?
The Weetabix were extraordinary, actually. So it comes in a biscuit that looks very untasteful. But then I learned today that you crumble it up into tiny little things, and then you put the warm milk is key. I've never had cereal with warm milk. The warm milk, shout out to Zamara, our nutrition specialist, for making that happen. And then Amari gave me permission to put some sugar on it. He was nervous. He put 4 packs of sugar. I put 1 because if I put more than 1, Leanne was going to kill me. And it was actually fantastic. I like it so much more right now than I did this morning. Kobe Bryant. You know, well, I'm going to tell you, I'll talk about Kobe for 2 minutes, okay? So one, to do what he did tonight is just extraordinary. You know, Illinois is, Coach does an unbelievable job of game planning, a really incredible job. And so they made some calculated decisions where they were going to kind of clog the middle, protect all the back cuts, all the curl cuts, and lock and trail on guys to try and force them inside the three-point line. And Kobe Bryant just was, you know, I think he's the best shooter in basketball, in college basketball. And he's in the process of becoming an elite level cutter. And to his teammates' credit, guys were setting big time screens. And then he just has incredible poise. And I appreciated the question about making 3 in a row. I don't know if any of us ever, you know, at the rec league have ever felt what he felt tonight in the second half. But we don't win that game without him on the offensive and the defensive side of the ball. And the best part about Kobe is he jumped in an interview right after the game and he just started talking about God's plan. And that echoes a sentiment from all of our players. He's a deeply faithful young man, and he is loving every second of exploring what God's plan is for this team. And all of us are grateful that God's plan is not done for this team yet. And so his core, the core of him, the courage of him, the faith of him, his incredible skill set, his recovery from a massive setback injury, I think he would point back to his faith on all those things.
Last one.
Mark asked the other guys about Lamont Steele. Could you feel that kind of slamming the door on the momentum there at that point?
I don't think, you know, this is an NCAA tournament, so everything happens. But my goodness, that was a massive play. It was unbelievable. And he was like, you know, Lamont Butler, not just his explosive ability, but his breaks also. But, I mean, he covered ground in a special amount of time, was able to get through that clean. I mean, came from clear across the court. It was a brilliant play by him. And, you know, but there were so many brilliant plays. Kobe's little run, Andrew Carr's play, a couple stops, so many guys. But certainly that was a massive play to kind of stem the tide a little bit. I'm really, really proud of him. Thank you guys so much.
Coach, thank you. Congratulations. And the Illinois student athletes and Coach Underwood will be coming up here shortly.